Oh my god, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed about this assignment. I don't know this influencer video. I'm so anxious. Do you want a Xanax? No. I would never take a Xanax. I do not want to get addicted to that kind of thing. Well, why is that? I'll tell you why. Anxiety medications are overall a pretty dangerous game to play. There's different kinds of anxiety medications. You got the SSRIs, the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and then you got the benzodiazepines, which are like the Xanax that I was referring to earlier. And then you have there's more complex anxiety medications that are a little calmer, a little weaker, like buspirone or Buspar. Um, and there's kind of something for everybody. Certain anxiety medications treat different kinds of anxieties. Um, the SSRIs that I was referring to are good for a lot of different kinds of anxiety, such as panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD. But a lot of people don't really like the SSRIs because they really mess with your brain chemicals. A lot of people, after they're done with them, their brain chemicals are really out of whack. Then you got something more calm like buspirone. Buspirone is used for generalized anxiety disorders. So like the more, I wouldn't want to say normal because I wouldn't like to normalize somebody's problems, but the generalized anxiety disorder is just someone who's a worrier or someone who is like just kind of like a neurotic, as my grandma always calls me. Oh yeah, that's me. I have generalized anxiety disorder. I was actually prescribed buspirone, but when I was prescribed this medicine, of course, whenever I get prescribed something, I really want to check in and dive in real deep into what the side effects are. So I check these side effects for buspirone, and I see that there's nausea, lightheadedness, dizziness, um, eating you can't, what's it called? Loss of appetite. And for me, as an Italian boy, I gotta eat. I gotta eat, and also you can't. If you're on this medicine, you can't drink alcohol. And I'm a college student, not an alcoholic. There's a difference, very big difference. So I just think that when you're prescribed an anxiety medication by a doctor, doesn't necessarily mean that you should take it. I think when people are diagnosed with a certain disorder, and they say, okay, here's this medicine that you could take. I think there are better steps to work towards that. Not to say that anxiety medication doesn't help some people. I think for some people it's a great idea. But I personally believe that therapy is something that should be the first step. Therapy is the first step. Talk to your therapist. Maybe there's just something hidden in your life that you don't know that's going on, or you don't realize it's going on that's a problem for you. And then you sit down, talk to your therapist about it, and it's like, oh, wow, that actually makes so much sense. I just need to cut this toxic person out of my life, or cut this toxic habit. And there's other ways of cutting this toxic habit. If you're someone who needs weed to go to sleep, or you just need it to calm you down, don't go to Xanax. It's not the right thing to do. But people are so quick to prescribe these things, and doctors, it's pretty easy to get Xanax these days. If you say that you are afraid of flying, or you have trouble sleeping on planes, or something like that, a lot of the times the doctor will give you these benzodiazepines for your problems. And then little do you know, you take them every couple weeks, whatever. You're like, wow, I feel really good when I'm on the benzodiazepines, and boom, just like that, you get addicted. And there's nothing worse than having to be dependent on a substance. So I'm big on the party of maybe trying to figure out a natural way of getting through your problems before you start to, I don't know, take Xanax. Um, and the big problem I think with some of the anxiety medications, such as Xanax, is that a lot of people are taking them as street drugs. And that is just incredibly dangerous because, first of all, it's a medication that is supposed to be prescribed. So your doctor is supposed to be regulating this drug for you, so he knows how to help you personally. But he can't. It's not going to be regulated if you're just buying it off someone from the street. So I just think that people really need to be more careful when they take a substance, because if you're dependent on a substance, then what are you going to do when you feel like you don't need the substance anymore? You're not going to be able to stop using it. And it's just a very dangerous game to play. So I just think that therapy is super important. People say that They don't like to go talk to some stranger about their problems. They don't know. They think therapy's going to cure them. Therapy's not going to cure you, but therapy's really good because you'll kind of talk. Just saying your thoughts out loud has really just helps you out a lot. So I think therapy is a really great first step to do before anxiety medications. So you don't want that Xanax? Nah, man. I think I'm good. Thank you.